Hi, it's BK here from BK Gold Detecting, and welcome to another video in the series Let's Talk About Gold Detecting. Well, we're on Gumvale Station near Tibooburra in far northwest New South Wales, and during this video we're going to try our best to help you understand how to find gold in this area. But listen, before I go any further, you've got to have a listen to this. I just love that warbly sound you get on the GPZ 7000 when you're on a piece of rough gold. Well, that's what I'm hoping it is, because you know, sometimes a 22 bullet can sound the same, but there's a very distinctive sound that where there's a high possibility it's going to be gold. So before we do anything else, let's dig this up, and then I'll tell you a bit more about what we're going to do during this video. Whoa, it's still there. Getting into some harder ground now. You know, I've lost track of the number of times I've got good targets up against a bush or, you know, up against an embankment. Too many people just walk the corridors and, you know, they miss those good nuggets. The last few nuggets often remaining in an area are going to be in those sort of places. Whoa, she's out. Whoa! Well, it's not a bullet. It's a lovely piece of Gumvale gold. Take a look at this. This is what it's all about. I don't know if you can see that in there, in the sun there. Look at that. Beautiful little piece of Gumvale gold. To be honest, that's a bit bigger than we've been getting. Most of them have been like 0.1. This one could go, I don't know, quarter of a gram, maybe a bit more. Wow, look, working these runoffs can really pay off. Wow, I was very happy with that nugget. I just love those warbly signals. But anyway, as I was saying, we've been at Gumvale for over a week now, and I can tell you, we've been on the gold. But we thought during this video, we would just concentrate on two areas. One would be where the runoffs are coming down the hill from where we've had a patch last year. And the other area will be a small patch of nuggets.
Hi Kevin, I think I got one out on the flat near the dry creek.
Oops, sorry, Judy calls. No worries honey, I'll come straight over. Okay, we'll get back to this in a minute. Well done honey, right by the creek bed.
Did you hear?
Wow, that sounds good. This is very promising. Right next to the dry creek bed again. This is our plan.
Oh.
Oh wow.
Oh.
That sounds good. Once again, it's in that beautiful red soil. Now, I did say to you that we would share with you some of the things we've learned about here. And one of them is the gold loves this red soil. It's not like a sticky clay, it's quite powdery, isn't it, Eliza?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, it's
very loose.
Quite surprising that gold sits in it, but it loves it.
Oh, look. Yeah.
Whoa. Now, I mean, these pieces are not huge, but they add up, and we've got quite a few bits, so we've been really happy. Anyway, before I was interrupted by Eliza with her beautiful nugget that she found on the edge of the dry creek up there, I was saying that during this video we're going to work two different areas. We're going to work the dry creek beds running up this hill, because this is where we had a patch about 5 years ago. Many of you may have seen our previous video. If you haven't, it's worth a watch. And then once we've worked that area, we're going to move our campsite to a patch that Eliza found last week. I hope you can remember where it is.
Just up on the other side.
Oh, up on the other side. Yeah, I was quite proud of Eliza actually, because we'd been camping in this area and we were with some friends and we were all going downhill from the campsite, and she wandered just slightly uphill and she got onto a patch. And how many nuggets did you pull out of there?
No, might be close to 20, I think, between us.
Oh yeah, I think you got about 15, and then of course I went back and went on her patch and found about another 5. They weren't very big nuggets, but it was good fun. So we'll take you over there because we can show you the sort of ground where you're likely to find those patches. So anyway, we'll have our coffee and then we'll get into it. Oh, these flies. Pwah. Well, Eliza's just walking down to the dry creek bed there. She's going to start here, and I'm going to go about 50 meters around to the left here, and we'll work our way along all the runoffs near the creek.
I found one.
Oh, you are joking. You haven't even made it to the creek yet. Eliza's got a target here, not far from the dry creek bed, just down there. And it's screaming.
Look, very soft ground.
Yeah, that's that classic red ground I keep talking about. It holds gold. Oh, it's out.
It's out.
Whoa-ho! Oh, must be getting close.
Can't see anything. Oh yeah, look.
Wow. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Another Gumvale nugget. Well done, honey. Look at all these beautiful runoffs here. This is exactly the kind of ground that I like to detect. So, these are the runoffs I was talking about, coming down the hill. These are hotspots for bigger nuggets. We found a couple of slightly bigger ones, nothing like what Eliza found last year, but it's early days yet. And we're going to go right through these, leading up the hill. And directly up the hill here is the campsite that I'm going to take you to later, where we camped next to a white quartz mound during our last video. And that's where we got most of our gold. And this is directly downhill. Here we go. We have another little signal here in this little bit of a runoff, just in these gravels. Typically the gold in these runoffs is very shallow. Most of the soil has been washed off the top, so often you get the gold out in the first scrape. Yep, she's out. I'm using the Nugget Finder 12-inch coil on the GP set. Oh, there it is. I'm using the Nugget Finder 12, and I'm finding it to be quite sensitive. Not quite as sensitive as the 6000, but very, very close. There we go. That's a very, very typical piece of Gumvale or Tibooburra gold. Have a look at that. Right under that piece of bush. Often people don't think to go over the top of the bushes. They tend to just go around the outside. So that's a definite signal. Once again, I think this will be a very shallow one. We're right on the gravels. Yep, she's out. You know, there's a high chance this is going to be gold. We found very, very little junk in this particular area. We're just a little bit away from the main creek, which is where we got most of the junk. Here we go. Once again, beautiful little flat piece of gold. Well, we've been detecting this area for some time now, and I can tell you we're starting to notice a bit of a pattern in the areas of where we're finding the gold. Certain signs, certain things, types of ground, etc. And I'm just going to show you one of the things that we've noticed. One of the things we're noticing in the areas where we're finding the most gold are these very, very round pebbles. There's not many of them. They're just occasionally scattered around amongst the rougher quartz. Now, this is not something you'd expect to find here. This looks like it's come out of a river. So later on, after we've had something to eat, I'm going to try and explain why I think these are associated with the gold in this area. If you wonder why we wear snake guards when we go detecting, take a look at this. Snake skin. Wow. There's another piece over here. So I'm not going to hang around here, but I just wanted to show you this, because the last thing you want to do is get bitten out here, I tell you. So wear those snake gaiters. Well, I said to Eliza, come on, let's put our feet up this afternoon and have a bit of a break. But no, she said, oh, I'm going to walk over to my patch. And she gets like 50 metres away and calls out, I've got one.
I got one already.
I don't know, I can't get you to rest. Every time she goes for a walk, she walks over a nugget. Oh, I cannot believe it. We've been over this so many times, not just us, but our friends who were here last week. This close to the car, we thought we'd completely done it. Okay, honey, you've got to cut up the goods now. You made me leave my afternoon nap.
Oh no, there. That tiny bird showed.
Well, she's disturbed my afternoon nap again. At least she's 200 metres from the car this time. Oh, wow. Let's see what you got.
Sound promising.
Good luck, sweetheart.
Thank you.
If this is gold, that's it. I'm grabbing my machine. We camped just up from here. Just shows you there's just so much ground here. You can't possibly cover it all. Whoa, that sounds good.
A bit of screamer.
Oh, first scoop, well done. I did tell you, the ones that are close to the creek.
Wow, it's a flat hit.
Let's have a look. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful nugget, honey. That, a lovely flat piece of gold. Once again, look, very close to this dry creek bed. You must be happy at that, honey.
Yep, it's getting a bit late.
Yeah, sun's going down. But I just want to hear that gold go in that container. There you go.
A bit louder.
One more. Well done. Okay, now that Eliza's out having fun, it's time to talk about these little round pebbles we're finding of quartz. Why would you be getting water-worn quartz like this, which comes from a river, in an arid area like this, on the top of hills covered in rough quartz, just the odd one of these stones? One explanation could be in the geology of this area. I know for a fact that 65 million years ago, gold-bearing reefs in this area were completely eroded away and eventually buried under probably kilometres of sedimentary rock. And eventually, with the forces of nature that pushed up, the hills were formed, and some of that conglomerate that contained the river stones and the gold broke the surface and was spread across the plains. It's just my theory, backed up by a little bit of research, but regardless, whatever the reason, we're looking out for these, because where we're getting these, we're getting more gold. How you going, honey? Any more targets?
No, nothing.
Ah, well, you've got one. Probably time to come back for dinner soon. Well, it's getting late in the day. I've had to come out to try and get her to come back for dinner, but she just won't leave. She's just pulled another one out from down here. Well done, honey.
Tiny, tiny one.
But you know, we're getting a bit hungry.
We have chicken.
Oh, we have roast chicken tonight. Wow, my favourite. You coming back soon?
Yep.
Well, I've had to put the camera right down in this gully because of the wind. I've been detecting along the walls of this gully and also across the bottom, and I've got to this point here. It's a tiny little piece of wire, but you know, wow, that would have been so good if that was gold, right in the bottom of the gully. If you're wondering, the only way I could get Eliza to go back for dinner was to say it was my turn to use the 6000. She looked pretty tired anyway. She's had a good day out here, but I'm just having a quick poke around before I go back. Well, here comes Eliza because she's looked over and seen me get the camera out because I've got another target right in this creek bed here. Once again, could be a piece of junk, but I'm digging it.
Dinner is ready.
Oh, so you want me to walk away from a target? Hey.
You want dinner?
Well, chicken nuggets would be nice, but gold nugget would be better. Well, you can make yourself useful and you can film me digging up this nugget or piece of junk. Well, 9 out of 10 is going to be junk, but I'm hoping this is the 1 out of 10. Ooh, very wet. Well, you know, it could be one of those wet clay targets. We get a lot of these ground noise sounds that sound just like nuggets around here, and they're usually in the wet clay. But I'm digging this. Wow, that doesn't sound like ground noise to me. You know, I've heard stories of 1 ounce nuggets buried in creeks. Wouldn't it be nice? Well, it's certainly not a 1 ouncer, but right now I would be happy with a flake of gold just to get it out of the creek bed. Yeah, can't see gold. Oh, wait a minute. Gold! Gold! I got gold out of the creek bed. Look at this tiny little bit, but the last nugget for the day. Look at that. Tiny bit of gold there out of the clay in the bottom of the creek. You know, I often think if you dug down here like the old timers did and panned this, there'd have to be gold down there. It's just we don't have enough water to test it out. Well, the sun's going down and Eliza had to leave the chicken on the stove while she came down to film me in the gully. Hope the dinner's not burnt, honey. Ooh,
Luckily, we still have dinner.
Look at that roast chicken with curry sauce. She really looks after me. Hey, you look after me.
Yum.
Well, it's early morning, and after finding that nugget right in the dry creek bed last night, I've moved down from the runoffs, and I'm going to spend this morning detecting directly in this dry creek bed. Now, where I got the nugget just before dark last night, Eliza's down there now. She raced over there this morning with a 6000. She's probably about 200 meters further down from me. So anyway, I'll have a bit of a go here, and then we'll check up on Eliza to see how she's going. I've been going for about an hour and I finally got a target up against this side wall here. Take a listen to this. Now that's definitely worth digging. Wow, this sounds really good. Wow, this could be a clunker. Whoa, ho, ho. I better call Eliza over. Eliza, do you wanna come over? I've got a really good target here. Eliza, do you copy?
Okay, Kevin, sometimes you need to give me time to take out my radio, you know? My radio is in my bag. You know what ladies' bag, right? You know, they have all sort of things.
The things we put up with. But I love her. Here she comes. Would you believe she's detecting her way over? This could be a bit of a wait. Okay, honey, have a look at this. Right in the side wall of the gully. Oh, I'm quite hopeful for this because for that to be junk, I can't believe it would get into there. Come on, be gold. Oh. Well, it's still there now. Whoa. So glad I found that little bit in the creek last night. Otherwise we wouldn't be doing this. Ah, surely it's got to be out now. Woohoo! It's out. Wow, that sounds good. Wow, that's either a big bullet . See it. Oh, beautiful. Look, it's not a 1 ounce nugget, but I'm really happy with this. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Right in the clay on the side. Beautiful. Wow. I am so glad I found that little piece in the creek last night because it's changed our focus a bit, and looks like no one's detected down this creek bed before, or you know, they've just missed it. I'm really happy with that. Wow, that was great fun in the gully this morning, but I'm looking forward to this breakfast, I tell you. But look, just while I'm cooking breakfast, I just wanted to show you this. I just picked this up off of the ground. Yesterday I spoke about the ancient alluvial that formed a concrete like a conglomerate. Here's a piece here that I found on the surface. So once this breaks down, it spreads the gold bearing gravels across the plains here. Well, that's my understanding anyway. But yeah, we seem to be finding the odd piece of this in the areas where we're finding gold. Well, Eliza's called me over. She's getting a little target in the side of the creek as well. Just in the gravels there. Well done, honey. I think it's still in the ground. Oh, wow.
I think so. It's out.
Now it's out now. Just while Eliza's digging that, you'll notice us both wearing snake gaiters. Look, If you want to detect in these creek beds, we found snakeskin close by. This is a prime area for snakes, so make sure you wear your snake guards. Whoa.
There we go. See it? I see it.
Is it gold?
Yep.
Oh, well done, honey. Do you want to just put it into the sunlight? Stand up. Look at that. Another lovely little piece of gold there, out of the creek bed. Well, Eliza, you must be glad I borrowed your 6,000 last night and found that little nugget in the creek bed.
I know.
Hey, it's given us something exciting to do today. When you're doing these creek beds, this is exactly what you want to look for. This is in the wall of the creek bed. You've got the gravels down there. That is the natural rock. And you've got this layer sitting on top of the rock, which would be the same as those gravels out there where we've been finding gold. So here, to me, is a hot spot. You know, you're detecting right where the gravels are hitting the rock, and also in the creek bed itself where the gold has been washed out of that gravel into the creek bed. I'm still slowly working my way along this creek, and I'm getting another signal here. It's very quiet at the moment, but there's a definite signal. I will say one thing, in this area there's a lot of ground noise, especially where there's wet clay. But you know, you have to dig these sort of targets. Until that ground noise disappears, or you know, at least from the surface level, you've got to keep digging, because it could well be a big nugget that's deep down. We're running out of time, so we're going to have to leave the dry creek bed now. Oh geez, I wish I had another couple of days. And Eliza's going to show us her secret patch. She snuck over there yesterday and got another couple. We've only got one day left, so we'll just wander over there and set up, and let's just hope maybe we can pluck a couple more out. Well, we've arrived at Eliza's patch. We're all set up. What are you making for me, honey? Ooh, brown pancakes, my favourite. And I'll take you for a tour in a minute. There are holes everywhere here where Eliza's been detecting. Well over 20 nuggets pulled out of this bit. Well, we are definitely camped on the gold here. Look at this. Everywhere I look, holes. These are all nuggets, are they, honey?
Yes, look. One here, one day, one day, one day, one day.
Look. Almost one on top of the other. So many. Over there, over here, everywhere I look, there's holes. Wow, honey. Looks like you've had fun. Now I know where you've been disappearing to the last couple of days. Every opportunity. She snuck down here and come back with another couple.
Got about, I don't know, 20 now?
Yeah. Well, after we've had something to eat, we'll do a bit of filming of Eliza hopefully finding a few more. Wow, she's got one already. Could this be number 21? You know what, that sounds a bit deeper to me. I can't believe it. Oh wow. I was just going to say, we camped close by. We were with some friends when she first found it. And we were all going down the hill, and she wandered up the hill and started coming back with nuggets. Didn't tell us all at first. She kept it to herself for a few days, didn't you, honey?
Yeah, of course. I need to do my ground first. Look. I can see it already.
They call that a Kinder Surprise.
Oh, a tiny one making too much noise.
There you go. Number 21, honey. And another one. Wow, you're getting closer to the car, honey. Oh, it's in that lovely red dirt. That's the gold bearing dirt. Yep, she's out.
Sounds promising.
Good luck, honey. Number 22, I can feel it in my bones. This is gold. Congratulations, honey. Number
Thank
22. And right next to the car. Oh, I love that sound. Love the sound of gold going in the gold container. Wow, the sun is going down and we've got a screamer here. Wow. That does sound too good to be true, my love.
I know.
They've mostly been small on this patch, but let's keep our fingers crossed.
We always keep the hope
See
up.
if this is number, what,
Don't know.
23? If this is gold? Well, one good thing, right up against a bush where no one goes. What do we got, honey?
Don't know. Look like rubbish.
That's interesting.
That doesn't sound like it, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be that sometimes the way a piece of rubbish sits.
Oops.
Ah well, not to be. But Eliza, you've got to be happy. They can't all be gold. We wish they were, but they can't all be gold. Well, with that, we're going to have some dinner.
Yep.
And then we are going to wrap it up. Well, end of another day, honey, and beautiful day at Gumvale Station. Look, we've had a fantastic time here, really. I mean, we've enjoyed every minute of it, and it's been so good that you've been able to come along for the journey with us, and hopefully we've managed to pass on a little bit of knowledge to anyone who wants to come to Gumvale Station. We've had quite a few highlights. I mean, what about you, Eliza? What was your highlight?
I think finding a patch is pretty special.
Oh yeah, very special. Oh, Mozzie. Got him. Sorry, honey. Mosquito. Yeah, finding a patch is very special. I hope you didn't mind me coming down and pinching a few once in a while.
Did you pinch out my nugget? How many did you get?
I got 5, and you got about 22 off this patch. But look, we've definitely been on the gold here, and we really can't complain. And a highlight for me was pulling that nugget out of the sidewall of the dry creek bed. That was really good. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, perhaps consider subscribing. And until next time, see ya.